940, 50, 950, 950, 60, 970, 980, 990, 1,000, 10, 1,020, 1030, 1040, 1050, 1060, 1060, 50, 60, 70, 1070, 1080, 1080, 1080, 1080, 70, 80, 1070, 80, 1,070, and that's what's the name? Deanne. What a good baby right there. 700, 710, 10. This neat little feed a bit. 710, 710. I got a man. 10, 20, 720, 30, 40, 740, 50, 60, 770, 80, 90, 790, 810, 20, 30, 840, 850, 860, 870, 880, 880, 870, 80, 870, 90, 890, 900, 910, 920, 930, 940, 950, 960, 970, 980, 990, 1,010, 1020, 1030, 1040, 1050, 1060, 1070, 1080, 1090, 1,110, 1,120, 1,130, 1,140, 1,150, 1,160, 1,170, 1,180, 1,180, 90, 1,200, 1,210, 1,220, 1,230, 1,240, 1,250, 1,260, 1,260, 50, 60, 1,250, 60, 1,250, AL. Put it 15 too. What's calf right here now? He's a bull. He's eating a little feed and a good outfit there. 1,100, 1,110, 1,110, 1,100, 1,110, 185, 1,110. I got a man. 1,110, 1,20, 1,30, 1,140, 1,150, 60, 70, 80, 1,180, 90, 1,210, 1,220, 1,230, 1,240, 1,240, 1,250, 1,260, 1,260, 1,270, 1,280, 1,290, 1,300, 1,310, 1320, 1330, 1340, 50, 1360, 1370, 1380, 1390, 1400, 1410, 20, 1420, 1420, 10, 20, 1410, 20, 1410, CS0. Stamp a weight on him, Bailey. He wants some weight on him. For the weight, yeah, I mean for the trucking. And we'll get overloaded 190 pounds. Yeah. Yeah, well, put him at 4. Weigh 365 right here. Hello. Hello. Boys heifer weighs 365, and a good lady right there, 425, 7.5, I got a man, 427 to 30, 2.5, 5, 437 to 40, 442 and 5, 447 and a half, 50, 452 and 5, 457 and a half, 60, 2.5, 5, 467 to 70, 2.5, 475, 477 of 80, 482 and 85, 487 and a half, 90, 492 and 95, 497 and a half, $5, 2.5, 505, 507 and a half, 10, 512 and a half, 15, 17 and 20, 522 and 90, 522 and a half, 527 and a half, 30, 532 and a half, 535, 7 and a half, 40, 540, 40, 40, 537, 50, CS 3X. 33X, pin 6. Heifer here weigh 330. Sell her $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, 2.5, $5, I got a man 290, 502 and a half, 505, 507 and a half, 10, 12 and a half, 15, 17 and 20, 522 and a half, 522 and a 5, 527 and a half, 30, 532 and a 5, 7 and a half, 40, 542 and a half, 542 and a half, 542 and a half, 540, put it on Travis 2X. Good ever out there. 485, 47 and a half, 85, 87 and a half, 310, 485. I got a man, 87 and a half, 47 and a half, 90, 492 and a 95, 97 and a half, 55, 55, 5, all right here, 55, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 507 and a half, 505, 507 and a half, 505. Matthew, put it on 2X. Good heifer out there. 465, 7 and a half, 467 and a half, I got a man, 7 and a half, 467 70, 472 and a half, 72 and a half, 475, 475, 7 and a half, 80, 482 and a half, 82 and a half, 85, 87 and a half, 90, 90, 492 and a half, 492 and a half, 490, heart sug 3X. Whatever out there, $5 2 and a half, $5 2 and a half, I got a man, 505, 507 and a half, 510, 12 and a half, 15, 17, 20, 522 and a half, 527 and 30, 532 and 35, 537 and a half, 40, 542 and a half, 545, 7 and a half, 50, 550, 547 and a half, 52 and a half, 552 and a half, 550, Randy, 2X. Be 5 head of these right on a Fox now. The good news, 5, 10, 12 and a half. I got a man, 12 and a half. 5, 12 to 15, 17 and 22 and a half. 5, 25, 7 and a half, 30, 5, 32 and a half. 5, 35, 7 and a half, 40. 5, 42 and a 5. 7 and a half, 50. 5, 52 and a 5. 7 and a half, 60. 5, 62 and a 5. 7 and a half, 70. 5, 72 and a 75. 77 and a half, 80. 580, 580, 77 of 85. 77, 50. Travis, 2. Good right there. $4 2 and a half. 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 $4 4. I got a man. 4 2 and a half. $4 2 and a half. 5. 7 and a half, 10, 5, 12 and a half, 5, 15, 5, 4, 15, I'm sorry, 4, 17 and 20, 4, 22 and a half, 4, 22 and a 5, 4, Excuse me, I swallowed the fly. 427 and a half. 427 to 30. 432 and a half. 435. 437 to 40. 440. 2 and a half. 445. 447 to 50. 450. 450. 447 and a half. Put it on LC 6. Here for the good there, 5, 2 and a half, $5, I got a man, 2 and a half, 5, 7 and a half, 10, 12 and a half, 15, 17, 19, 20, 5, 20, 2 and a half, 7 and a half, 30, 5, 30, 2 and a 35, 37 and a half, 40, 40, 2 and a half, 47 and a half, 50, 5, 52 and a half, 7 and a 60, 5, 62 and a half, 7 and a 5, 67 and a half, 70, 5, 72 and a half, 5, 75, 5, 75, 2 and a half, 72, 50, Randy, 2X. Steer calf and a good one right there. $6, 2 and a half. $6, 2 and a half. $6, I got a man. 2 and a half. $607 and a half. 10. 610, 12 and a half. 15. 17, 20. 620, 2 and a half. 627 and a half. 30. 632 and a half. 632 and a half. 632 and a half. 632 and a half. 630. Put it on Travis 2. $6, 2 and a half. $6, 2 and a half. I got a man. 2 and a half. 5, 7 and a half. 10, 12 and a half. 15, 17, 20, 620, 2 and a half. 627, 30, 630, 2 and a half. 35, 637 and a half. 637 and a half. 5, 7 and a half. 635, 7 and a half. 635. But on Travis 2. Bull's good old cut bull right there. 220, 2 and a half. 220, 2 and a half. 220, 220, 2 and a half. 220, 220, 220, 22 and a half. I got a man. 220, 2 and a half. 5. 227 and a half. 30. 232 and a half. 235. 237 and a half. 237 and a half. 40. 242 and a half. 245. 247 and 50. 252 and a half. 7 and 60. 262 and a half. 5. 267 and 70. 270, 67 and 70. 267. 50 AL9. 12 watching. This old thing's broke to pull a wagon now. If you can get him hooked to it, he will pull it. 99.80. That is 99.80, ain't it? What's good right there? $1.75, $1.77 a hand. $75, $7 $1.75, $1.77 a hand. $75, $7 a hand. $1.75, $7 a hand. I got a man. $77 a hand. $1.75, 7 a half. $80, $180, 2 and a hand. $185, $185, 85, 85, 2 and a half. $185, $185, 82 and a half. 7 a half. $187 a 90. $190, 90, 90. $187 a 90. $187, 50 RNF. Put them on straight. 60. What's good right here? 5, 30, 2 and a half. I got a man. 5, 7 and a half. 40, 2 and a half. 5, 40, 2 and a half. 5, 47 and a half. 50, 5, 52 and a half. 7 and a half. 60, 5, 62 and a half. 5, 67 to 70. 2 and a half. 5, 7 and a half. 80, 5, 85, 85, 80. 2 and a half. 5, 85. 5, 87 and a half. 90, 5, 95, 95, 90, 87 and 95. 87, 50. Travis 3. Boys weaned out yearling heifer. We checked her yesterday. She come with them cows, and she will be open. Sell her right there. 310, 12 and a half. 310, 12 and a half. I got a man. 12 to 15, 17 and a half, 20. 320, 2 and a half. 327 to 30. 330, 2 and a half. 35. 7 and a half. 40. 340, 2 and a half. 345. 347 and a half. 50. 352 and a half. 352 and a half. 352 and a half. 350. Put on Jeff 65X. Here for the good lady there. 45, 47 and a half, 90, 92 and a 95, 95, 97 and a half, 5, 5, 2 and a half, 5, 5, 7 and a half, 10, 5, 10, 12 and a half, 15, 17, 20, 5, 22 and 5, 5, 25, 5, 22 and 5, 7 and a half, 30, 5, 32 and a half, 35, 5, 37 and a half, 40, 5, 42 and a half, 5, 45, 5, 47 and 50, 5, 50, 5, 55, 47, 50, Travis, 3X. Steer Kevin, a good one right there. $5, 2 and a half. $5, 2 and a half. 5, 5, 2 and a half. You get it here. 5. I got a man. 5, 2 and a half. $5, 2 and a half. 5, 5, 7 and a half. 10, 12 and a half. 5, 15, 17 and a half. 20. 5, 22 and a 5. 7 and a half. 5, 27 and a half. 5, 25, 7 and a half. 5, 25. Brian. Steering a good one right there. $6, 2 and a half. A new deal. Right out of Fox now. Be 8 heads. $6. I got a man. 2 and a half. $6, 2 and a half. 5. 607 and a half. 10. 12 and a half. 612 and 15. 17 and a half. 2. 627 and a half. 30. 630. 2 and a half. 630. 2 and a half. 630. 2 and a half. 630. 630. 2 and a half. 630. Travis 2. Steered a good right there. $6, 2 and a half. 6, 2 and a half. Got a man. 2 and a half. 5. 6, 7 and a half. 10. 12 and a half. 6, 12 and 15. 17 and a half. 20, 26, 22 and a half. 5. 6, 25. 2 and a half. 6, 22, 55. 6, 22, 50. Travis 2. $6, 2 and a half. $6. I got a man. 2 and a half. 5, 7 and a half. 10, 12 and a half. 15, 17 and a half. 20. 620. 2 and a half. 625. 7 and a half. 30. 630. 2 and a half. 35. 635. 7 and a half. 637 and a half. 635. 7 and a half. 635. Travis 2. $6, 2 and a half. $6, 2 and a half. 2 and a half. 6, 2 and a half. I got a man. 2 and a half. $6, 2 and a half. $6, 2 and a half. 2 and a half. Buy him. 2 and a half. $6, 2 and a half. $6. Travis, but on third 2. Selling Barrett, $635, $637 and a half. I got a man, $637 and a half. $635, 7 to 40, $640, 2 and 5, $647 and a half. 50, $650, $652 and a half. 655, 7 and a half. 70, $670, 2 and a half. 5, $677 of 80, $680, $680, $677, 50. Matthew on number 3. Oh, boys might get $10 here. Sell him. 652 and a half. 652 and a half. Got a man. 2 and a half. 652 and a half. 652 and a half. 5. 657 and a half. 657 60. 662 and a half. 2 and a half. 2 and a half. 665. 665. 7 and a half. 70. 2 and a half. 675. 677 and a half. 677 and a half. 675. Matthew number 1. Good right here. 585, 587 and a half. 85, I got a man. 87 and a half. 587 and a half. 90, 90, 92, 595, 7 and a half. $6, 2 and a half. 6, 2 and a half. 5, 6, 7 and a half. 6, 7 and a half. 10, 12 and a half. 6, 12 and a half. 6, 12 and a half. 10, 12 and a half. 6, 10, 12 and a half. 6, 10. Matthew, put on 3. Still a good right there. 85, 87 and a half. 585, 87 and a half. 585, 85, 85, 87 and a half. 587 and a half. 585, got a man. 587 and a half. 90, 90, 90, 92 and a half. 595, 7 and a half. 597 and a half. $6, $6, 2 and a half. 5, 607 and a half. 607 and a half. 605. Travis 35. Travis 35. 3 head of these right out of Scotland. Good right there. 455, 7 and a half. 55, 7 and a half. 455, 7 and a half. 457 and a half. 455, 7 and a half. 52 and a half. 452 and a half. 2 and a half. 452 and a half. 22 and a half. 422 and a half. 422 and a half. 20, 22 and a half. 10, 12 and a half. I got a man. 10, 12 and a half. 14, 412 and a half. 12 and a half. 15, 415, 17 and a half. 20, 420, 420, 422 and a half. 425, 7 and a half, 30, 432 and a half, 35, 437 and a half, 437 and a half, 435, 437 and a half, 435, Brother Matthew straight. Here for the good and there, $5, 2 and a half, 5, 2 and a half, $5, 2 and a half, $5, I got a man, 2 and a half, $5, 2 and a half, 507 and a half, 10, 12 and a half, 15, 17 and a half, 20, 520, 520, 520, 2 and a half, 525, 7 and a half, 30, 532 and a half, 35, 537 40, 542 and a half, 547, 50, 552 and a half, 552, 552 and a half, 557 and a half, 60, 2 and a half, 565, 70, 570, 67, 70, 2 and a half, 575, 577 and a half, 80, 580 a pound, 2 and a half, 585, 587 and 90, 592 and a half, 595, 597 and a half, $6 a pound, 2 and a half, 62 and a half, 605, 605, 2, 5, 605, 2 and a half, 602, 50 LC 6. Heifer calf and a good there, $5, 2 and a half, $5, I got a man, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, 2 and a half, $5, 2 and a half, 505, 7 and a half, 10, 5, 12 and a half, 5, 12 and a half, 10, 12 and a half, 15, 17 and a half, 20, 522 and a half, 527 and a half, 527 and a half, 30, 2 and a half, 535, 537 and 40, 542 and a half, 547 and 50, 552 and a half, 7, 60, 560, 557, 50, put on Randy 2X. Supposed to be 41 ahead of these cattle right here. They're 3 weeks weaned. They've had 2 round shots. I believe every one of them be a steer. There may be 1 or 2 of them still got a band on them. That's a different deal. I'm wrong. That's a different deal here now. These cattle are weaned. They come out of big flat. There's 11 head of them. The bigger calves have sure been weaned 75 or 80 days, and the littler calves have been weaned 40 or 50. They'll be long time weaned or homegrown and had everything done to them. Every one of them be a steer. Sell the goods right there. 452 and a half. 452 and a half. 2 and a half. 2 and a half. 450, 52 and a half. Got a man. 2 and a half. 452 and a half. 452 and a half. 5. 457 and a half. 60. 2 and a half. 465, 7 and a half. 70. 472 and a half. 7 and a half. 80. 482 and a half. 482 and a half. 85. 487 and a half. 90. 492 and a half. 95. 97 and a half. $5. $5. 5. 97 and 5. 497 and 5. 497. 50. Randy, 4. 13. Now these calves right here, these 2 of these little ones come right with them now. Their mamas is back there, come off some old cows. They won't be weaned. These 2 little ones. Sell him right there. $6, 2 and a half. I got a man. 2 and a half. 607 and 610. 12 and 15, 17, 20. 620, 2 and a half. 7 and 30. 630, 2 and a half. 637 40. 640, 2 and a half. 7 and 650. 2 and a half. 5. 657 and a half. 60. 660, 2 and a half. 7 and a half. 70. 670, 2 and a half. 677 of 80. 680, 2 and a half. 85. 687 and a half. 87 and a half. 687 and a half. 685, 7 and a half. 685. Put it on Travis. 0. Pin them separate, or can we put them with 2s? Separate? No. Put them in 63. Put them in 60. Be one of them right there. Be weaned out now. $5, 2 and a half. $5. I got a man. 25. 5, 7 and a half. 10. 12 and a half. 15. 5, 17 and 20. 5, 20, 20, 20, 20. 5, 22 and a half. 5, 25. 5, 27 and 30. 5, 32 and 35. 37 and 40. 5, 42 and 5. 7 and a half. 55. 52 and 5. 7 and a half. 60. 2 and a half. 5. 7 and a half. 70. 5, 72 and 75. 77. 80. 5, 82 and 85. 87 and a half. 5, 87 and a half. 585, Brian, 585. Be long time weed and a steer to good and there. $4, 2 and a half. 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 I got a man, 2 and a half. 4, 5, 7 and a half. 10, 12 and a half. 4, 15, 17 and a half. 4, 17, 15, 79. 4, 15, 79. 20, 4, 20, 17 and 20. 4, 17, 50. Put on 61, CS 61. Be the other little, he's not weaned. Sell him right there. $6, 2 and a half. I got a man, 2 and a half. $6, 2 and a half. 2 and 5. 6, 7 and a half. 10. 6, 12 and a half. 6, 15, 17 and 20. 6, 20, 2 and 5. 7 and 30. 6, 30, 2 and 35. 37 and 40. 6, 40, 2 and 5. 7 and a half. 50. 6, 50, 2 and a half. 5. 6, 55. 6, 52, 50. Travis 2. Steer to good right there. Still weanings now. $5, 2 and a half. 5, 2 and a half. $5, 2 and a half. $5, 2 and a half. Weaned out. I got a man. 2 and a half. 5, 507 and a half. 7 and a half. 5, 7 and a half. 5, 7 and a half. 505, 507 and a half. 10. 5, 10. 10, 10. 5, 10. 7 and 10. 5, 7, 50. Travis 3. What's 3 of these heifers right here? Right on Mount Vernon. Good heifer right there. 445, 447 and a half. I got a man. 447 and a half. 445, 7 and a half. 447 and a half. 50, 452 and a half. 457 and a 60, 2 and a half. 7, 70. 470, 67 and 70. 67, 50 Randy. 4X. 485, 47 and a half, 85, 87 and a half, 485, 87 and a half, 485, 87 and a half, 487 and a half, a bit of bomb here, 487 and a half, 485, 87 and a half, 485, 87 and a half, 75, 7 and a half, 75, 7 and a half, 65, 7 and a half, 467, I got a man, 467 and a half, 7 and a half, 465, 7 and a half, 65, Hearts, 3X. Good right there. $5, 2 and a half. 5, 2 and a half. $5, 2 and a half. 5, 2 and a half. I got a man. 2 and a half. $5, 2 and a half. 5, 2 and a 5. 5, 7 and a 10. 5, 10, 12 and a half. 5, 15, 79. 20. 5, 22 and a 5. 5, 27 and 30. 5, 32 and a half. 5, 35. 5, 37 and can't see you, Brian. 5, 40. 5, 42 and a half. 5, 45, 2 and a 5. 5, 47 and a half. 50. 5, 50, 52 and a half. 5, 85, 85. 7 and 60, 55, 60, 55, 60, 57, 65, 57, 50. Brian, this will be the 41 head right. No, yeah, 41 head. Tell them it's wrong, male. There's 41 head of them, 3 weeks wean. That's all right. I may not. Yeah, but I know which one it is. 3 weeks wean, 2 round shots, 41 head of them. Every one of them be steered up. Maybe a couple of them still wearing the bands, but they're 3 weeks wean. Sell goods right there. 452 and a half. 452 and a half. 452 and a half. 452 and a half. Buckskin yellow's good. 452 and a half. 452 and a half. 452 and a half. 442 and a half. 440. I got a man. 2 and a half. 442 and a half. 442 and a half. 5. 445. 445. 3. 4. 444. 5. 446. 446. 5. 445, 46, 445, CS 51. No, go ahead and put them at 75. We'll leave it 70. Be the same cattle right here. 3 weeks weaned. Guns are $5, $2.5. $5, $2.5. $5, $2.5. $5. I got a man. $2.5. $5, $2.5. Steered up. $5, $2.5. $5, $2.5. $5, $7.5. $10. $12.5. $15. $17.5. $20. $5, $20. $5, $20. $5, $20. $17 and $20. $5, $17. $50. Randy 4. Be the same deal now, just be the little heifers. Ain't very many heifers. There's like 10 heifers and 31 steers. They're 3 weeks weaned just like the rest of them, 2-round shots. Sell them right there. $5, $2.5. I got a man. $2.5. No better than these. $5, $2.5. $5, $2.5. $5, $5.05. $5.07.5. $10. $12.5. $15. $17.5. $20. $5.20. $2.5. $5.25. $5.27. $30. $5.32. $5.35. $5.37. $40. $5.42. $2.5. $5.45. $7. $50. $5.52. $5.55. $5.55. $2.5. $7. $5.57. $60. $2.5. $5.62. $700, $770, $572 and a half, $575, $572.50, Brad, 3X. Be little steers and goods right here. 635, 637 and a half, 635, 700, I got a man, 700, 637 and 40, 640, 200, 45, 647 and a half, 50, 650, 2 and a half, 657, 657 and a half, 5, 7, 655, 700, 655, but I don't Travis 2. Steers and goods here, boys. Same cattle now. Sell a goods there. $6, 2 and a half. 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 $6. I got a man. 2 and a half. $6, 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 2 and a half. $6. Put it on Travis on. Hold your gate. Hold your gate. 4. Travis 4. Boys, they're good now. He's got the recipe. Boys, they're good as ever growed right there. $5, 2 and a half. I got a man. 5, 507 and a half, 10, 12 and a half, 15, 17 and 20. 522 and a 5, 7 and a half, 30, 532 and a 35, 7 and a half, 40, 542 and a 545, 547 and 50, 552 and a 5, 7 and a 60, 562 and a 5, 7 and a half, 70, 572 and a 572 and a 5, 7 and a half, 80, 582 and a half, 585, 87 and a half, 90, 92 and a 595, 97 and a half, $6, 2 and a half, 602 and a half, 602 and a half, 2 and a half, $6, Travis 35. Good little heifer right there that don't weigh nothing. $5, 2 and a half. I got a man. 2 and a half. It's still weighing. 507 and a half, 10, 12 and a half, 15, 17 and 20. 522 and a half. 522 and a half. 527 and a half. 30. 532 and a 35. 37 and 40. 542 and a half. 547 and a half. 50. 552 and a half. 507 and a half. 60. 562 and a half. 507 and a half. 70. 572 and a 75. 77 and 80. 582 and a half. 85. 87 and a half. 587 and a half, 580, 90, 590, 590, 87 and 90, 587, 50, LC6. Oh, still there. He's weighing just like the rest of them now. 442 and a half. 442 and a half. I got a man. 442 and a half. 440. Two and a half, you do it here. 2.5, 5, 447 and a half, delivered 50, delivered 2.5, 455, delivered 7 and a half, delivered 460, 62 and a 5, delivered 467 and 70, delivered 472 and a 5, delivered 7 and a half, delivered 80, delivered 482 and a half, delivered 82 and a half, 482 and a half, delivered 482 and a half, delivered 480, Randy 4. Steer Kevin, a good right there. 430, 2.5. I got a man, 2.5. 430, 430, 430, 30, 30, 30, 2.5. 430, 2.5. 5, 437 and a half, 40, 440, 2.5. 7, 8, 50, 450, 2.5. 7, 8, 60, 460, 2.5. 7, 8, 70, 470, 275, 77 and a half, 80, 480, 2.5. 85, 87 and a half, 90, 490, 2.5. 490, 2.5. 490, put on Travis 3. Heifer on, a good baby there. 485, 47 and a half, 85, 87 and a half, still Wayne, 485, 3 weeks, 47 and a half, 45, 45, 45, I got a man, 47 and a half, 87 and a half, 45, 87 and a half, I got him there, I ain't gonna take him twice now, don't try to get me to do it, 47 and 90, 490, 2.5, I lied, I did, 495, 497 and a half, 495, 780, 495, but on Brad, 3X. Hereford on, a good right there, 472 and a half, 70, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 472 and a half, 2 and a half, 472 and a half, 70, 72 and a half, 472 and a half, 72 and a half, 62 and a half, Wayne, 3 weeks, 462 and a half, 462 and a half, 52 and a half, 452 and I got a man, 2 and a half, 452 and a half, 455, 55, 7 and a half, 60, 462 and a half, 5 high, 465, 6250 LC6. $17 head of these cattle will be steered up. They're long time weaned, 2-round shots, homegrown. Talking about a good outfit, sell them right there, $5, $2.5, $5, $2.5, $5, $2.5, $5, $2.5, got a man, $2.5, $5, $2.5, $5, $7.5, $10, $5, $10, $12.5, $5, $15, $17, $20, $5, $20, $2.5, $5, $7, $30, $5, $30, $2.5, $35, $37.5, $40, $5, $40, $2.5, $45, $5, $47.5, $50, $5, $50, $2.5, $7.5, $60, $5, $62.5, $7.5, $5, $70, $5, $70, $2.5, 575, 575, 7250, Randy 4. Bigger brothers right there, the same cattle. Dried out, weaned, 2 rounds. Well, it's good right there. 410, 12 and a half. 410, 12 and a half. I got a man. 12 and a half, 15, 17 and a half, 20. 422 and a half, 5. 427 and a half, 30. 432 and a half, 435. 437 and a half, 440. 2 and a half. 442 and a half, 442 and a 5. 447 and a half, 50. 450, 8, 9, 50. 451. 451. 451. 450 bowling, number 1. Bigger brothers right there, the good ones now. 365, 7.5, 365, 7.5, 365, got a man, 367, 70, 372 and a half, 5, 377, 77, 377, 75, 80, 380, 2 and a half, 380, 285, 385, 385, 385, 8250, Casey, number 5. Steer having a good night. Long time wean, just like the rest of them now. 475, 477 and a half, 475, 7 and a half. I got a man, 77 and a half, 480, 2 and a half, 482 and 85, 85, 85, 85, 485, 82 and 85, 482 and 85, 482, 50, bowling number 1. He'll still be a bull, and he'll still be a good one right there. 242 and a half. 242 and a half. 242 and a half. 240, 242 and a half. Hogging a man. 242 and a half. 242 and a half. 240, 240, 242 and a half. 242 and a half. 5. 247 and a half. 247 and a half. 5, 7, 50. 252 and a half. 255, 85, 85, 7 and a half. 257 and a half. 55, 7 and a half. 255. But I don't know. Number 9. Blowing right up here. Are they weaned or just had to, they're weaned out? How long they been weaned? Not long. Supposed to be short time wean blown right up here. They've had 2 round shots and good. Sell them right there. $5, 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10, 12.5, 15, 17 or 20, 5, 20, 2.5, 7.5, 30, 5, 30, 2.5, 5, 5, 37.5, 40, 5, 40, 5, 42 and 5, 5, 47 50, 5, 52 and a half, 5, 52 and a half, 5, 50, 52 and a half, 5, 50. Put on bread. 3X. Oh, hey. Tell them to let that calf out of pen 6 and let him. Or steer calf, it couldn't be short time weaned right here. 625, 627 and a half, 625. How got a man? 627 and a half, 625, 627 30, 632 and a half, 5, 635, 637 and a half, 637 and a half, 5, 7, 8, 635, 637 and a half, 635. Travis 2. I moved yours and put with his. You're having a good there. $6, 2.5. $6, 2.5. $6, $6, 2.5. $6, 2.5. $6, 2.5. $6, 2.5. $6, 2.5. $6, 2.5. $6, 2.5. 575. 7.5. 577. 575. 7.5. 575. 577. 52 and 8. 50. 52 and I got a man. 2 and 8. 555. 7 8. 60. 2 and 8. 67 and a half, 70, 572 and a half, 572 and a half, 570, Randy 2. Oh, look right here at these little hard cattle. Need the mail? Yeah. Need the mail, Rick. Six out of these are 30 days weaned. Goods right there. $6, 2.5. $6, I got a man. 2.5. 6, 5. 7, 10. 12 and a half. 15. 6, 15. 12 and a half. 15. 6, 15. 12 and a half. 15. 6, 12 and a half. 6, 15. 6, 12 and a half. But I don't Travis 2X. Oh, done but running gears right here. Sell him 5, 10, 12 and a half. 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 10, 10, 12 and a half. 5, 10, 5, 12 and a half. Got a man. 12 and a half. 5, 12 and a half. What about here? 12 and a half. 5, 10, 12 and a half. 5, 10, 12 and a half. 5, 10, 12 and a half. 15, 17 and a half. 20, 5, 22 and a 5. 7, 8, 5, 27 and a half. 5, 25, 7, 8, 5, 25. Matthew, do it again on 2X. And for the good lady right there, $5, 2.5. $5, I got a man. 2.5. 5, 2, 5, 505. 7.5. 5, 7.5. 505, 7.5. 505, 7.5. 505, Brad, 3X. 21 ahead of these, 45 days wean, 2 rounds of shots. These may be steel bulls, are they? He said there's 4 of them that he missed banded. Selling are out there. $4, 2.5. 45 days wean. $4, 2.5. $4, 2.5. I got a man. 2.5. 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. 4, 5, 7.5. 10. 12.5. 4, 12 to 15. 17.5. 20, 20, 22, 4, 22, 5. 7, 8. 30. 4, 32, 4, 35. 7, 8. 4, 40. 4, 42 and a half. 5. 4, 47, 50. 4, 52, 4, 52, 4, 52, 5, 455, 7.5, 60, 2.5, 460, 2.9, 460. Put it on Jeff, 41, 51. Oh, he went a long way. Which one? It's a well. Those these 2 right here is bulls. Now we're going to sell you the 4 steers. 45 days wean, 2 round shots, 430, 2.5, on the stairs, 432 2.5, out of man, 2.5, 432 2.5, 437.5, 440, 2.5, 440, 2.5, 5, 445, 445, 447.5, 447, 440, 50, 450, 8, 9, 48, 9, 448, 449, 448, put it on bowling number 1. 2 bulls right here, same deal. 45 days wean, 2 round shots, and they'll be the bulls. $4, 2.5. $4, 2.5. I got a man. 4, 5. 4, 7.5. 4, 10. 12.5. 15. 17. 20. 422 2.5. 5. 425. 7.5. 6, 7. 428. 428. 9. 30. 431. 432. 433. 434. 435. 36. 37. 38. 39. 40. 41, 42, 42, 41, and 2, 41, but I don't Jeff, 51. Would be the heifers right here, same deal, 45 days, 2 round shots. Good ladies right here. Selling out at 480, 385, 387.5. I got a man, 87 and 90, 390, 2.5, 395, 397.5, $4, 2.5, 4, 2.5, 405, 407.5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 9, 4, 10, 4, 11, 4, 12, 4, 13, 4, 14, 4, 15, 4, 16, 17, 18, 4, 18, 4, 18, 17, 18, 4, 17, 18, 17, 18, 4, 17, put it on Casey 4X. Heifer's goods right here. 22 and a half. 422 and a half. 45 days and 2 rounds. 422 and a half. 22 and a half. 420, 420, 420, 22 and a half. 22 and a half. 422 and a half. 10, 12 and a half. 410 and a man. 12 and a half. 415. 79. 20. 422 and a half. 422 and a half. 5. 427 and a half. 25. 7. 25. Casey 4X. $45 days weaned, is steered, good. Selling right there. 362 and a half. 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 52 and a half. 350. I got a man. 2 and a half. 5. 357 and a half. 60. 2 and a half. 362 and a half. 5. 367 and a half. 70. 370. 70. 70. 67 70. 367 50 RNF. Put them on 7. Selling good heifer right there. 472 and a half. 45 days wean. 472 and a half. 472 and a half. 70, 72 and a half. 72 and a half. 472 and a half. 72 and a half. 472 and a half. 52 and a half. 450. I got a man. 2 and a 5. 7, 60. 2 and a half. 465. 465. 7 and a half. 70. 2 and a half. 475. 475. 72 and a 5. 7250 Brad 4X. Hey, this calf right here belonged to one of the kids now. He'll be weaned forever and a day. Raised him on the bucket. Had everything done to good and sell him there. 352 and a half. 350, I got a man. 2 and a 5. 355, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half. 60, 362 and a 5. 367 and 70. 370, 2 and a half. 372 and a half. 370, 72 and a half. 372 and a 1, 2, 3, 373. 372, 3, 372 LB. These 4 head of these cattle belong to Terry. They had any shots, Terry? Oh, they're all natural. Sell them right there. 22 and a half. 20, 22 and a half. I got a man. 2 and a half. 422 and a half. 422 and a half. Buy me here. 2 and a half. 422 and a half. 20, 22 and a 5. 425, 7 and a half. 30. 432 and a 5. 437 and a half. 440, 442 and a half. 442 and a 5. 445. 440, 250 Randy 4X. Bull calf and a hound dog right there. 422 and a half. 20, 22 and a half. 20 here, 20 there. 2 and a half. 420, I got a man. 422 and a half. Buy me here. 2 and a 5. 427 and a half. 30. 432 and a half. 435. 7 and a half. 40. 442 and a half. 445. 447 and a half. 50. 452 and a half. 5. 457 and a half. 60. 2 and a half. 5. 465. 2 and a half. 7 and a half. 467 and 70. 2 and a half. 700, 80, 480, 480, 480, 477, 50. Put it on Travis. 35. Half for the good lady there. 52 and a half. 452 and a half. 52 and a half. I got a man. 455. 7 and a half. 60. 2 and a half. 465. 7 and a half. 70. 472 and a half. 475. 7 and a half. 80. 482 and a half. 485. 87 and a half. 90, 90, 90, 490, 490, 87 and 90. 87, 50 Brad 4X. 72 and a half. 52 and a half. 452 and a half. 452 and a half. Excuse me, 452 and a half. 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 42 and a half. 40. I got a man. 2 and a half. 442 and a half. 2 here. 2 and a 5. 447 and 50. 450. 47 and 50. 447 and a half. Randy 4X. Be the same cattle right here a bit. No. No, it is one of them, ain't it? Give me the card on it. Still good right there. $4, $2.5. $4, I got a man. $2.5. $5, $7, $8, $10, $12, $15, $17, $20, $420, $2.5, $25, $425, $7.5, $30, $430, $2.5, $35, $37, $40, $440, $2.5, $440, $2.5, $440, Randy. 4X. Steer calf for the good one right there. $6, $2.5. $6, I got a man. $2.5. $2.5. $6.05. $6.07. $6.10. $12.5. $15. $6.15. $6.15. $12.5. $15. $6.12.5. Put it on Travis. 3. $6, $2.5. $6, $2.8. $2.8. $6, $2.8. $6, $2.8. $6.2.8. Hair like a bear. $6, $2.5. $6, $2.5. $5.75. $7.5. $5.75. $7.5. $5.77.5. $5.52.8. One outside now. $5.25. $7.5. $5.2.5. Got a man. $2.5. One outside. $5. $2.5. $5.2.5. $5. $5.05. $5.07.5. $10. $5.12.5. $5.15. $5.79. $20. $5.20. $2.5. $5.22. $5. $5.25. $7.8. $30. $2.8. $5.32. $5.37.5. $5.40. $5.42. $5.47.5. $50. $5.52. $5.55. $55. $52. $5.52. $50. Randy. 4. Heifer the good one right there. Randy 2. Randy 2. Heifer the goods there. 4. 52 and a 52 and I got a man. 2 and 8. 52 and 52 and a 450. 2 and a half. 2 and 8. 2 and 8. 2 and 8. 452 and 5. 455. 7 8. 60. 2 and 8. 465. 7 8. 70. 472 and a half. 72 and a half. 470 heart sung 3X. Heifer right there. She'll be 45 days weaned and 1 round of shots. Selling there. $4, $2.5. $4, $2.5. $4, $2.5. I got a man. 2.5. 5. 4, 5, 7.5. 14. 12.5. 12.5. 15. 79. 20. 420. 20. 20. 22. 422. 420 web. 4X. Here for the good lady there. 435, 437 a hand. I got a man. 437 a hand. 440, 2 and a hand. 5, 447 a hand. 50, 452 and a half. 457 a hand. 60, 2 and a hand. 465, 7 8, 70, 470, 67 70, 467, 50 brand. 4X. Was the red ear tag calves aren't weaned. The rest of them have had 1 round of shots and are weaned 60 days. Yeah. We're going to hold the 2 red ear tag calves. They're not weaned. We're going to sell you the weaned ones are 60 days weaned and had a round of shots. 2 red ear tag ones are not. We'll hold them. Sell him right there. $5, $2.5. $5, I got a man. 2.5. 505. $7.5. 10. 510. 12.5. 515. 79. 20. 520. 2.5. 525. 7.8. 30. 530. 2.5. 535. 537.5. 540. 540. 540. 540. 37. 40. 537. 40. 2.5. 540. 2.5. 547. 547. 50. 555. 55. 58. 9. 50. 550. 549. Put it on Brad. 4X. 3X. These two's had one round of shots and not weaned. Sell good ladies right there. 485, 47 and a half, 85. I got a man, 87 and a half, 47 and 90, 492 and a half, 90, 92, 495, 497 and a half, $5, 2 and a half, 5, 2 and a half, 5, 7 and a half, 5, 7 and a half, 10, 5, 10, 5, 7 and 10, 5, 7 and 10, 5, 7, 50 Brad, 3X. He'll be a steer, and he'll be 60 days waiting around the shots. Sell him right there. 625, 627 and a half. I got a man. 627 and 30, 632 and 8, 635, 637 and 40, 642 and 8, 5, 7, 8, 50, 652 and 5, 7, 8, 60, 662 and 8, 662 and 8, 660. Put it on Travis 0. 60 days weaned on him. Sell him. $6, 2.5. $6, 2 and a half. $6, I got a man. 2 and a half. 6, 2 and a half. 5, 6, 5, 7, 8, 10. 6, 10, 12 and a half. 6, 15, 17, 20, 6, 20, 2 and a half. 6, 25, 6, 25, 2 and a half. 6, 20, 255, 6, 20, 250. Travis 3. He'll not be weaned here, but he will be a steer. Sell a good right there. $5, 2 and a half. I got a man. 2 and a half. 5, 7 and a half. 10, 12 and a half. 15, 17, 20, 522 and a half. 522 and a half. 522 and a half. 527 and a half. 30, 532 and a 35, 37 and 40. 542 and a half. 540, 542 and a half. 540. Put it on Travis 35. Oh, steer Kevin a good in there. He won't be weaned, but he has had a round of shots. Sell him right there. $4, 2 and a half. $4, I got a man. 2 and a half. $4, 2 and a half. 4, 2 and a 5. 4, 5, 7 and a half. 10, 12 and a half. 15, 17 and 20. 420, 2 and a half. 5, 427 and a half. 30, 430, 2 and a half. 435. 437 and a half. 440, 2 and a half. 445, 447 and a half. 450, 2 and a half. 5, 457 and a half. 60, 2 and a half. 462 and a half. Dan, 2 and a half. 462 and a half. 460 Web 4. Same pin. She's weaned right here 60 days. Sell her right there. $6, 2 and a half. $6, 2 and a half. 60 days weaned. $6, I got a man. 2 and a half. $6, 2 and a half. 5, 6, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12 and a half. 15, 17, 20, 620, 2 and a half. 5, 627 and a half. 30, 630, 2 and a half. 35, 637 and a half. 40, 640, 2 and a half. 645, 647 and a half. 50, 650, 647 and a half. Put it on Randy 2X. Not weaned, a steer, and a good one right there. $5, 2 and a half. $5, I got a man. 2 and a half. 5, 2 and a half. 5, 7 and a half. 10, 12 and a half. 15, 17 and 20. 5, 22 and a half. 7 and a half. 30. 5, 30. 5, 32 and a half. 5, 35. 5, 37 and 40. 5, 42 and a half. 5, 47 and 50. 5, 52 and a half. 7, 8, 60. 2 and a half. 5, 7, 8, 70. 5, 72 and 75. 5, 75. 2 and a half. 72, 50. Travis 35. Effort a good in there. 5, 25, 7 and a half. 5, 25, 5, 27 and a half. I got a man. 27 and a half. 5, 27 and 30. 5, 32 and a half. 35, 37 and 40. 5, 42 and a half. 5, 47 and 50. 5, 52 and a half. 5, 52 and a half. 7 and a 60. 5, 62 and a half. 5, 7 and 70. 5, 72 and a half. 75, 77 and 80. 582 and a half. 87 and a half. 5, 90 and a half. 5, 90. 5, 87, 50 Brad 3X. I've hit these right in Mountain View. Sell them right there. $4, two and a half. Four, two and a half. Got a man, two and a half. Five, 4, 7 and a half. 4, 10, 12 and a half. 15, 17, 20, 420, two and a half. 427 and a half. 430, two and a half. 435, 437 and a half. 440, two and a half. 5, 447, 50, 450, two and a half. 450, two and a half. 450, two and a half. 5, 455, 5250. Randy, 4. Heifer right there, she's thin as paper now. $4, two and a half. $4, two and a half. 4, two and a half. Got a man, two and a half. 4, 5, 7 and a half. 10, 4, 12 and a half. 4, 15, 4, 79, 79, 79, 4, 79, 20, 4, 22 and a half. 4, 27, 30, 4, 32 and a 35, 4, 35, 4, 35, 4, 32 and a 5, 4, 32, 50. Jeff, put them on 40X. Heifer good right there. 370, two and a half. 70, 70, I got a boy. 72 and a half. 370, 72 and a half. 372 and a half. 5, 377 and a half. 80, 382 and a half. 5, 387 and a half. 390, 2 and a half. 392 and a half. 390, 92 and a half. 392 and a 5, 397 and a half. $4, two and a 4, 5, 4, 7 and a half. 10, 12 and a half. 15, 79, 20, 422 and a half. 420 hard sum from 5X. Pin them together. Yeah. You got like her, 420, two and a half, 20, I got a man, two and a half, 425, 7 and a half, 30, 432 and a half, 435, 437 and a half, 440, 2 and a half, 445, 447, 50, 452 and a half, 7, 60, 460, 460, 457, 50, heart sug, 3X. Heifer and a baby doll there. $4, two and a half. 4, I got a man. Two and a half. 2 and a 5. 4, 5. 7 and a half. 10. 12 and a half. 4, 12 and a half. 10, 12 and a half. 10, 12 and a half. 4, 10, 12 and a half. 15. 4, 17 and 20. 4, 22 and a half. 4, 22 and a half. 20 heart sung. 5X. Six out of these cattle boys had a round of shots on their mama. Sell them right there. 22 and a half. 420, 422 and a half. 20, I got a man. 2 and a half. 20, 22 and a half. 420, 420, 422 and a half. 420, 5, 7 and a half. 30, 432 and a half. 432 and a half. 2 and a half. 432 and a half. 430 heart sug 5X. Steer calf, 80 a hound dog there. $4, two and a half. 4, 4, I got a man. 4, 2 and a 5. 4, 5, 7 and a half. 10, 12 and a half. 15, 4, 15, 79, 20, 20, 22 and a half. 425, 427 and a half. 30, 432 and a half. 435, 437 and a half. 440, 440, 440, 440, 442 and a half. 442 and a half. 440 CS, 440 on 50. Heifer good right there. 450, two and a half. 52 and a half. 452 and a half. 452 and a half. 452 and a half. 452 and a half. 32 and a half. 430. I got a man. 2 and a half. 5. 435. 7 and a half. 440. 2 and a half. 445. 440. 250. Jeb. Put them on. Jeb. 40. 40X. Bull calf for the good one right here. $4, $2.50. $4 here, $4 there, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $2.50. $4, $4 two and a half, $4 two and a half, $4 two and a half, $3.90 two and a half, $3.90. I got a man, $3.90 two and a half, $3.90 two and a half, $3.90 two and a half, $3.90. Put it on Matthew straight. Yeah, weaned about 2.5 hours. Effort good in there. $4, two and a half. $4, I got a man, $5, $7 and a half, $10, $4, 12 and a half, $4.15, $17, $20, $4.20, $4.20, 17 and a half, $20, $4, 17.50 hearts, 3X. About 7 or 8 or 10 of these cattle. I'm over at Mountain View. They're not weaned, are they? There's 2 of them, I think it is, and this ain't one of them. But they're sure dried out and look the part. Sell them right there. 425, 427 and a half, 30, 2 and a half, 435, 437 and 40, 442 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, 447 and 50, 450, 50, 50, 2 and a half, 5, 455, 55, 7 and a half, 60, 462 and a half, 5, 467 and a half, 70, 2 and a half, 5, 477 and a half, 75, 7 and a half, 475, Randy number 4. Here for the good lady there. $4, 2 and a half. 4, I got a man, 2 and a half, 5, 4, 7 and a half, 4, 10, 12 and a half, 15, 17, 20, 4, 2 and a half, 4, 27, 30, 4, 32 and a half, 35, 7 and a half, 4, 40, 2 and a half, 4, 45, 4, 45, 4, 42, 50, CS 51X. Calf here be weaned now, it'd be a heifer. It's a little weaned girl right there. 62 and a half, 365, got a man 5, 365, 7, 70, 2 and a half, 5, 7, 80, 382 and a half, 85, 385, 85, 85, 85, 382, 85, 82, 50 heart sug 5X. Stare at a good in there. $4, 2 and a half. $4, I got a man. 2 and a half. 4, 5, 4, 7 and a half. 4, 10, 12 and a half. 15, 17, 20, 4, 2 and a half. 4, 27 and a half. 30, 4, 32 and a half. 4, 35, 4, 37 and a half. 6, 7, 4, 38, 4, 39, 40, 4, 41, 4, 41, 4, 40. Bowling, 4, 41. Here for the good lady there. $4, 2 and a half. $4, I got a man. 5, 7 and a half. 10, 4, 12 and a half. 4, 15, 17, 20, 4, 22 and a half. 4, 27 and a half. 30, 4, 32 and a half. 35, 37 and a half. 4, 40, 4, 42 and a half. 4, 45, 4, 47 and a half. 50, 4, 50, 47 and a half. CS 51X. This will be the other long time weaned one right here. Sell right there. 385, 387 and a half. I got a man, 87 and a half. Wayne, 387 and a half. You do it 87 and 90, 90, 90, 92 and a half. 392 and a half. 92 and a half. 390, 92 and a half. 390 here, 90 there, 92 and a half. 390 heart sug 5X. Be 6 out of these cattle. 70 days weaned, 2 round shots. They're steered up too. Seligan's right there. 410, 12 and a half. 410 got a man. 12 and a half. 412 and a half. 10, 12 and a 15. 415. 16. 17, 18, 19, 20. 21. 422. 22 to 23 to 24 to 25. 25. 25. 45. 24. 24. Bowling number one. 70 days, 2 rounds shots now, the same cattle. Seligan's right there. 410, 12 and a half. 10 to 12 and a half. 10 to 10 got a man. 12 and a half. 410, 12 and a half. Bit of bomb here. 12 and a half. 412 and a half. 15. 17 and a half. 20. 422 and 5. 427 to 30. 432 and 35. 7 and a half. 437 and a half. 435. 437 and a half. 435. Jeff put on 51. Wow, look the hound dog here. 70 days, good as walk. Sell him right there. 365, 7.5. I got a man. 367 to 70, 2.5. 75, 77 and a half. 80, 380, 380, 380, 2.5. 382 and a half, 82 and a half, 380, 382 and a half. 382 and a half to mine. 2 and a half, 382 and a half, 380. Put it on 380 LB. Ain't she a good one right there? Weaned out, 70 days, 2 round shots, $4, 2.5. $4, 2.5. $4, 2.5. $4, $4, 2.5. $4, 2.5. 70 days weaned, $4, 2.5. $4, 2.5. 385, 387 and a half. I got a man, 87 and 90. 2.5, 5. 395, 95, 95. 390, 255. 90, 255. 90, 255. 390, 250. Web 5X. We're ahead of these cattle boys right of Wet Springs. Long time weaned, 2 round shots. Still a good old steers right there. 350, 2.5. 2.5. 350, 2.5. 350, I got a man. 350, 2.5. Wayne. 350, 2.5. 350, 2.5. 350 here, 50 there. 2.5. 350, 2.5. What I say, 2.5. 350 Jeff. 71. Oh, it's a long time weaned and heifers. 62 and a half, 362 and a half, 362 and a half, 362 and a half. I got a man. 362 and a half, 367 and a half, 70, 372 and a half, 375, 375, 2 and a half, 372, 55, 7250 CS5X. You got to go a mile to get the hold of it. 76. We're ahead of these. Belong to Donnie. He just come in. I seen him. He's up there at the top head. Sell a good heifer right there. 320, 2.5, 5. 327 and a half. 30, 332 and a half. 335. 337 and a half. 40. 340. 40, 40, 342 and a half. 342 and a half. 340, 342 and a half. 342 and a half. 345. 347 and a half. 50. 2 and a half. 352 and a half. 350. Put it on Jeff 75X. Steer Kev at a good narrow, $5, 2.5. 5, 2.5. I got a man, 2.5, 5, 2.5. $5, 2.5. Bit of bomb here, 2.5. 502 and a half, 5. 505, 505, 50255, 502 and a 5. 50250 Travis 35. Got like him, $4, 2.5. $4, 2.5. $4, 2.5. I got a man, 2.5, 2.5, 5. 4, 5, 4, 7.5, 10, 12.5, 15, 17, 20, 420, 2.5, 425, 7, 30, 2.5, 435, 437, 40, 42, 445, 447, 445, but I don't see us 50. Heifer and the baby doll there. 370, 2.5. 370, 72 and a half. I got a man, 2.5. 370, 7.5. 80, 80, 80, 80. 380, 380, 380, 2.5. 385, 85, 87 and a half. 90, 90, 90, 92 and a half. 395, 397 and a half. $4. Choked up, $4, 2.5, 4, 5, 4, 7.5, 10, 12 and a half, 15, 4, 15, 17 and a half, 20, 422 and a half, 425, 427 and a half, 30, 430, 427, 50 CS, 50X. There's 2 head of these now. 60 days wean, 2-round shots. Seller right there. $3, 2.5. Dan. $3, 2.5. 60 days wean, 2-round shots. $3, 2.5. $3, 2.5. 3, 2.5. I got a man. 2.5. $3, 2.5. 5, 305. 3, 7.5. 3, 7.5. 5, 7.5. 305, 7.5. 305. Dan, 24X. This will be the other one right here, 60 days and 2 rounds. Sell her $4, 2.5. $4, 2.5. $4, 2.5. Wean. $4, 2.5. 60 days. $4, 2.5. $4, 2.5. $4, 2.5. $4, 2.5. I got a man. 2.5. $4, 2.5. $4. Put it on Matthew straight. Be 4 head of these, had a round of shots on their mama, I believe he said. 4 head of them. Don't get no better than him. 550, 2.5. 550, I got a man. 2.5. 550, 7, 60, 2.5, 7, 70. 570, 275, 77, 80, 580, 285, 87, 95, 92, 95, 97, $6, 2.5, 605, 607, 610, 10, 610, 610, 7, 10, 6, 750. Put on Travis 3. Get one any better than him, I'd like to see him. 550, 2.5. 550, 2.5. 550, 2.5. 552, and I got a man. 2.5. 557, 60, 2.5. 567, 70, 570, 275, 575, 70, 205, 7250. Travis 35. Half for the good baby there. $5, 2.5. $5, 2.5. I got a man. 2.5. 2.5. Randy, 2.5. 5, 7.5. 10, 12.5. 15, 17, 5, 17 and a half. 5, 17 and a half. 5, 17 and a half. 5, 15. Heartsug 3X. 510, 12 and a half. 510, I got a man. 12 and a half, 12 and a half. 510, 12 and 15, 15, 79, 20, 25, 22, 525, 7, 30, 2 and a half. 530, 235, 37 and a half. 540, 2 and a half. 545, 547 and a half. 50, 552 and a half. 552 and a half. 555, 557 and a half. 60, 560, 57 and 60, 557, 50. Randy 2. Boys, 8 head of these cattle right here, right out of Chimes now. They're long time weaned. They've been weaned, come off some heifers. You talking about hard as a rock right there. 625, 627 and a half. I got a man. 627 and a half. 625, 7, 8, 625, 627 and a half. 625, 627 and a half. 730, 632 and a half. 5, 7 and a half. 637 and 40, 642 and a 5. 647 and a half. 50, 652 and a half. 655, 7, 8, 60, 662 and a half. 665, 667 and a half. 70, 672 and a half. 672 and a half, 677 and a half, 677 and a half, 677 and a half, 675, but on AL0X. Put them at 12. Boys, this will be the bigger sisters now. They'll be long time weed. Had it all done, be 100% open, homegrown. Sell them right there. 372 and a half. 70, 72 and a half. 372 and a half. 372 and a half. 70, 72 and a half. 372 and a half. 72 and a half. 62 and a half. 362 and a half. 362 and a half. I got a man. 2 and a half. 362 and a half. 5. 365. 7 and a half. 70. 370. 67 and 70. 70, 70, 70. 367, 50. And that's Hedner. Heading. 83. One of them right there, the good lady, she is. 392 and a half. 92 and a long time, Ween. 392 and a half. I got him married 2 and a half. 392 and a half. Everybody's out 2 and a half. 392 and a half. 392 and a half. 392 and a half. 390 Heart Sug 5X. She'd be one of them now. She'd just be tough as shoe leather. Sell her right there. $6, 2 and a half. 6 on her. I got a man. 2 and a half. 6, 2 and a half. 605. 607 and a half. 610. 15, 17, 20, 622 and 5, 7 and 30, 632 and 35, 637 and 40, 2 and 642 and 5, 647 and a half, 50, 650, 650, 47 and 50, 647 and a half, but on Randy 2X. Steer kid, if he come right with him now, he'd be hard as a rock, just same as them others. $6, 2 and a half. $6, 2 and a half. $6, 2 and a half. 6, 2 and a half. A long time, Ween. $6, 2 and a half. 6, I got a man. 2 and a half. 6, 2 and a half. 6 here, 2 and a half. 5, 6, 5. 7 and a half. 6, 10. 12 and a half. 15. 17. 20. 6, 22 and a half. 5. 6, 25. 6, 22. 50. Randy on 2. He come with them. Boys, he come right out of the same patch now. He'll just be a steer, and he'll be long time Ween like the rest of them. Good he is right there. $5, 2 and a half. $5, I got a man. 2 and a half. 5, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half. 5, 505. 505, 502 and 5, 502, 55, 505, 502, 50, Randy 4. Nine head of these cattle. How long did you say is weaned? They're not. 1 round of shots on their mama. Boys, they're good as gold. Spin them around there, Rick. Well, you can take 2 or 3 right here. I'll tell you what, dude. Let's sell one. 550, 2 and a half. Sell your choice. I got a man. 2 and a half. 550, 2 and a half. 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half. 550, 2 and a half. 550, 2 and a half. 550, 50, 2 and a half. 550, 2 and a half. 555, 7 and a half. 557, 555, 7 and a half. 555, but I don't Travis. 35. You want the gray one? Got him, Rick. Stay hooked. Stay hooked. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Oh, JD. Rick's doing his part. We'll say your choice again right there. 485, 47 a hand, 85, 87 a hand, 45, 47 a hand, 85, 87 a hand, 45, 47 a hand, 45, 47 a hand, 47 a hand, 85, 87 a hand. Choice again. I got a man. 47 a hand, 1 or 2, 45, 47 a hand, 45, Randy 4. You'll Motley Faston. Still good right there. 440, 2 and a half. 440, 2 and a half. 2 and a half. 440, 440, 2 and a half. 440, 2 and a half. What do you say? 2 and a half. 440, 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 put it on LF straight. Here's a good outfit right there. Sell them right there. 525, 7 hand, 525, 7 hand, 525, 7 half. I got a man, 27 and a half. 527 30, 2 and a half, 532 and a 5, 537 and a half, 540, 2 and a half, 545, 7 hand, 50, 552 and a half, 557 and a half, 60, 2 and a half, 565, 7 hand, 567 and a half, 565 to Brian. Steer calf, same deal right there. 490, 2 and a half. 90, 92 and a half. 490, 490, 490, 2 and a half. 490, 2 and a half. Good here. 490, 92 and a half. 492 and a half. 90, 92 and a half. 490, 2 and a half. 492 and a half. 490, put it on the left straight. Boy, just thin as paper right there. No crossing the good in there. 420, 2 and a half. 20, 22 and a half. 420, 2 and a half. 20, 22 and a half. 420, 420, 420, 2 and a half. 420, 2 and a half. 20, 22 and a half. 420, 2 and a half. 20, 22 and a half. I got a man. 422 and a half. 20, 22 and a half. 420, web 4. X. You can read right there. $6, 2 and a half. 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 $6. I got a man. 2 and a half. $6, 2 and a half. $6. Put it on Travis. 35, 3. Travis 3. Be the same ride right here. One round of shots to be 6 head up. You talk about little steers and little goods right here. 585, 7 and a half. 585, 7 and a half. Growing dudes, 585. Where you at here? 587 and a half. 585, 587 and a half. 585, 87 and a half. 585, 87 and a half. 585, 87 and a half. 587 and a half. 585, 87 and a half. 585, 87 and a half. 587 and a half. 585, but it only LF 0. Steer right there. $5, 2 and a half. $5 on 2 and a half. 5, 2 and a half. I thought he was going to jump. $5, 2 and a half. $5, 2 and a half. $5, 2 and a half. 5, 2 and a half. $5, 2 and a half. $5, 2 and a half. $5. Put it on that left straight. Like him. $5 2 and a half. $5 2 and a half. I got a man. 5, 5, 7 and a half. 10, 10, 12 and a half. 15, 17, 20. 5, 22 and a 5, 7 and a half. 30. 5, 32 and a 35. 5, 35. 5, 35, 7 and a half. 5, 37 and 40. 5, 42 and a half. 5, 47 and 50. 5, 52 and a 5. 85, 85, 85. 5, 52, 50. Brian. Oh, a little thinning right there. 472 and a half. 70, 72 and a half. 472 and a half. 472 and a half. 70, 72 and a half. I got a man. 2 and a half. 70 here, 70 there. 2 and a half. 472 and a half. 5. 475, 7 and a half. 477 and a half. 5, 7 and a half. 475. Heartsug 3X. Six head of these cattle are 60 days weaned, 2-round shots. What's good she is right there. 372 and a half. 70, 72 and a half. 370, 72 and a half. 372 and a half. 372 and a half. 372 and a half. 62 and a half. 362 and a half. Got a man. 2 and a half. 5. 367 and a half. 70. 2 and a half. 70, 72 and a half. 372 and a half. 370 Jeff. 370 55X. 60 days weaned, he'll be a bull. $4, 2 and a half. $4, $4, 2 and a half. Got a man, 2 and a half. 4, 5, 4, 7 and a half. 10, 12 and a half. 15, 17, 20, 420, 2 and a half. 22 and a half. 5, 425, 7 and a half. 30, 2 and a half. 435, 437, 40, 42 and a half. 447, 50, 450, 2 and a half. 455, 7 and a half. 60, 2 and a half. 5, 7 and a half. 70, 472 and a half. 477 of 80, 80, 477, 50 Jeff, 51. Bull, a good right there. 372 and a half. 70, 72 and I got a man, 2 and a half. 377 and a half. 80, 80, 80, 80, 82 and a half. 85, 85, 87 and a half. 90, 392 and a half. 395, 397, $4, 42 and a half. 42 and a half. 42 and a half. $4. Put it on bowling 15. Okay, for a good nerd. $4, 2 and a half. $4, 2 and a half. Got a man, 2 and a half. $4, $4, 2 and a half. 4, 2 and a half. 4, 2 and a half. $4 bowling, $4, 15. Bull, a good right there. 372 and a half. 370, 72 and a half. 372 and a half. 2 and a half. 372 and a half. 370. 2 and a half. 370, 70. I got a man. 2 and a half. 372 and a half. 5. 377 and a half. 80. 382 and a half. 85, 85, 87 and a half. 90, 90, 90, 92 and a half. 395, 95, 97 and a half. 4, 4, 2 and a half. 4, 2 and a half. 4, 2 and a half. $4 Matthew straight. Bull, a good there. $4, 2 and a half. 4, 2 and a half. 2 and a half. 2 and a half. I got a man. 2 and a half. $4 here. $4 there. 2 and a half. 4, 2 and a half. 5, 7 and a half. 10. 4, 10. 12 and a half. 15. 17 and a half. 20. 2 and a half. 4, 20. 2 and a half. 20. Matthew, straight. There be them heifers we advertise now. They're half Sim Angus, half Beef Master. He's keeping them for cows and decided to sell them. Those old heifers has been weaned 100 to 150 days. They just been feeding them just enough to make them mad, boys. They've had them turned out. They're just right ready to put the bull. Do what now? Yeah. Yeah. Boys, we'll sell you. He's wanting to buy the black baldies out of them. We'll sell you all of them, or we'll sell you the black baldies. You can take your pick. Take them all, or just take the white facings. Well, I tell you what, they're a pretty good outfit right there. Sell them good heifers right there. 325, 327 a hand, 30, 2.5, 35, 37 and 40, 340, 2.5, 5, 7.5, 350, 2.5, 355, 357 and 60, 2.5, 5, 367 and 70, 2.5, 375, 377 of 80, 382 and a half. 382 and a half, 82 and a half, 382 and a half, 382 and a half, 382 and a half, 385, 387 and a half, 90, 390, 90, 87 and 90, 387 and 90, 387 and 90, 387 and 90, 387, 50, Jeff, 75X. You didn't bid the last time? Well, he did. Put it on Henderson. I got you boys mixed up. You both got beards. Put them on Henderson. You want the black baldies or? Stir them around there a little bit. He's won't to pick out the best, and I wouldn't know how to pick them. 3 black baldies right here. Yeah. Scared Jeff to death. Right here. Hey, hey. That's right, ain't it? Put 78. Does anybody want to pick them again? Say you 4 of them right there. 352 and a half. 352 and a half. I got them at 352 and a half. 5. 357 and a half. 60. 2 and a half. 5. 365. 7 and a half. 70. 370. 2 and a half. 5. 375. 375. 375. 7 and a half. 80. 382 and a half. 385. 387 and a half. 87 and a half. 387 and a half. 385. 87 and a half. 385. 87 at 90. 392 and a half, 392 and a 5, 395, 397 and a half, $4, $4, $4, $4, 397 and 4, 397 and 4. Did you do it? 4, 2 and a half, 405, 4, 7 and a half, 4, 7 and a half, 10, 4, 10, 10, 4, 10, 4, 10, 12 and a half, 4, 12 and a 15, 4, 15, 4, 15, 12 and a half, 15, 4, 12 and a half, 15, 15, 17 and a half, 20, 4, 20, 4, 20, 17 and 20, 4, 17, 50. Jobner? Yeah, he wants small. 80. These will be just a notch smaller now. Be the same heifers, half Sim Angus, half Beefmaster. You talking about growing ladies right there. 410, 12 and a half. Long, long time wean. 410, 12 and a half. I got a man. 412 and a half. 10 to 12 and a half. 410, 412 and a half. 10 to 12 and a half. 410, 12 and a half. 15, 415, 17 and a half. 417 and a half. 15, 17 and a half. 415, 417 and a half. 20, 420, 2 and a half. 420, 2 and a half. 420, 2 and a half. 420, put it on hard sug. 5X. Which would be the 2 reds are same deal now. They're half Sim Angus and half Beefmaster. You talking about make you some good old cows right there. Sell them there. 385, 387 a hand, 385, 387 a hand, 385, 387 a hand, 385, 387 a hand, cow makers, I got a man, 387 a hand, 385, 87 a hand, 385, 387 a hand, 385, 87 a hand, 385, 87 a hand, 385, 87 a hand, 385, Henderson 1. Here's the one right here, boys. She come right along. Ain't she a baby doll? Sell her right there. 362 and a half. 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 She make a cow out of this world, boys. 362 and a half. 362 and a half. 52 and a half. 352 and a half. 352 and a half. 352 and a half. 42 and a half. 340. 342 and a half. 342 and a half. 32 and a half. 333, 32 and a half. 332 and a half, 330, 332 and a half, 22 and a half, 320, 322 and a half, 322 and a half, 322 and a half, 320. Put it on LC 6. Was about 27 or 8 head of these cows now. Come in yesterday. They've been running back. The cows will be bred to a bull and get you a calf just like that. He's got bulls that come over here at Steve's. She's a short and solid cow. She's got a good heifer calf. She'll probably be bred back. You talking about a good outfit right there. 3,225, 50, 3250, 75, 3275, 3, 3275, 3, 3275, 3, 3300, 300, 3300, 275, 3, 3275. Henderson, 2. Let's look right here. What a calf raiser. Look at the calves out of them, boys. She's short and solid, got a bull calf, and she's pouring the juice. Sell a good cow right there. 2,825. 28. I got a man. 25. 2825. 2825. 2,825. 2,825. Look what she's raising, boys. 2,825. 2,825. 50. 2,850. 75. 2,900. 29 a quarter. 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 2,900. Henderson 2. Oh, she just needs a little of that purple wormer poured down her back, boys, and she'll have you about a 700-pound steer of a fall. Short and solid, a good outfit there. 2,800, 2,825, 2,825, 2,825, 2,800, 2,825, 2,800, 2,825, 2,800, 2,825, 2,825, 2,825, 2,825, 2,500, now 25, 25, 25, I got a man, 25, 25, 50, 25, 50, 75, 25, 75, 600, 2,600, 2,600, buyer 2,600, 2,600, 25, 75, but on Heart Sug number 10. 24. How old is she? Oh, cow. Boy, she's raising you one now. 2,200, 2,225. I got a man. 2,225, 50. 2,250, 75. 2,300, 23 and a quarter. 23 and a 75. 2,400. 24 and a quarter. 24 and a half. 75. 2,500 a quarter. 25 and a quarter. 5 and a half. 75. 2,600. 26 and a quarter. 26, 75. 27. 27 a quarter. 27 and a half. 27 and a half quarter. 75. 27, 75. 2,800. 2,800 and a quarter. 28 and a quarter. 8 and a quarter, 8 and a half, 28 and a half, 75, 29, 9 and a quarter, 29 and a quarter, 29, 9 and a quarter, 9 and a quarter, 9 and a quarter, 29 and a quarter, 29, Webb Max. She be an old cow. Got a good calf right there on her. Sell her right there. 25, 50, 75. 25, 75. 2600 and a quarter, half. 26 and a 75, 7 and a quarter, and a half. 75, 8, 28 and a quarter, 8 and a half. 75, 9, 9, 9 and a quarter. 29 and a half. 75, 3000. 29, 75, 3, 3, 29, 75, 3 and a quarter. 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half. 75, 30, 75, 30, 75, 3100, 31 and a quarter. 31 and a half. 31 and a quarter, half. 31 and a quarter. Put it on Henderson, too. She's a 4-year-old. She come on a different deal now. She come in this morning. She come to them Hereford calves we sold right there at the end of the calf sale. She's a 4-year-old, raising you a good one. Sell her out there, 3025, 3025, 3025, right on Mountain View, 3025, 3025, 3025, 3025, she's 4-year-old. 30, 25, 20, 25, 30, 25, 20, 25, 30, 25, 30, 25, 2800, 25, 28, 25, I got a man, 28, 25, 28, 25, 50, 28, 75, 29, 29 and a quarter, 9 and a half, 29 and a half, 29 and a half to bar, 29 and a half, 29 and a quarter, 29 and a quarter, 9 and a half, 20, she do it, 29 and a quarter, quarter, half, 29 and a quarter, R&F, put them on 10. Be back on them cows now. They'll be bred to them registered black bulls. He got them over here at Bones. She'll have you a black calf. She's 7-year-old, third period, reading right. Sell her right there. 3225, 3225, 3200, 3225. I got a man. 3225, 25, 25, 3225, 3225, 3225, 3200, 3225, 3200. Henderson 2X. 21, Henderson 21. Put her 22. 5x3, boys. She'll have you a black calf and a stem winder now. 3300, 3325, 3325, 25, 3300, 3325. Got a man, 25, 3325, 50, 3350, 75, 3400, 34 and a quarter, 34 and a quarter, 34 and a quarter, 34, 34 and a quarter, 3400, AL10. 4x3. Boys, they don't get much better than her. Sell her out there, 3400, 25, 34, 25. I got a man, 25, 35, 35 and a quarter, 5 and a half, 75, 3600, 3600, 35, 75, 600, 35, 75, 3600, a quarter, 36 and a half, 75, 7, 37, 675, 7, 36, 75, but I don't AL10. 7x3, boys. She's probably got a big old black bull calf in her. 7x3, 3025, 3025, 3000, 3025, 3025, 3025, 3025, 3025, 3025, 3025, 3025, 3025, good now, 3025, 2800, 25, 2825, 2825, 2500, 5 and a quarter, 25 and a quarter, third period and 7-year-old, I got a man, 25 and a quarter, 5 and a half, 25, 75, 2600, 2600 and a quarter, 26 and a quarter, 26 and a quarter, 2600 and a quarter, 2600 R&F, make her an 8. 7-year-old, third period, always a little old crossy kind. Sell her right there, 2825, 28, I got a man, 25, 28, 25, 28, 25, calf razor boys, 2800, 28, 25, 28, 25, 2800, 28, 25, 28, 25, 28, 25, 28, 25, 2800, Henderson, 19. Short and solid, big rig, got a black calf in her now. Bred to a black bull, a good outfit, 2,525, 25, I got a man, 25, 25, 25, 50, 25, 75, 25, 75, short and solid third, 25, 75, 600, 26 and a quarter, 26 and a half, 26, 75, 7, 27 and a quarter, 27 and a half, 75, 28, 28 and a quarter, 28 and a quarter, 28 and a quarter, 28 and a quarter, now half, 28 and a half, 28 and a quarter half, I got him married, 28 and a quarter half, 28 and a quarter half, 28 and a quarter, and I can't remember it for nothing. Facing, I remember it now. 28. How many? 5 in the third. Pretty good rig there. 3,000, 25, 30, 25. I got a man, 25, 50, 30, 50, 30, 75, 3,100, 31 and a quarter, 1 and a half, 75, 3,200, 32 and a quarter, half, 32, 75, 3,300 and a quarter, 33 and a half, 75, 3,400 and a quarter, 34 and a 75, 34, 75, 34, 50, 75, 5 quarter, 35 and a half, 75, 3,600 and a quarter, 36 and a half, 75, 7 and a quarter, 37 and a half, 75, 37, 75, 37, 50, 75, 37, 50, AL 10. 5-year-old boys, he pulled a big calf off of her and she checked open now. You can worm her and turn her out, put her back to the bull. Pretty good lady there. Where to you? $1.70, 2 and a half. $1.70, 2 and a half. 70, 72 and a half. $1.72 and a half. Put her back to the bull. $1.70. 5-year-old, 72 and a half. $1.72 and a half. $1.70, 72 and a half. 52 and a half. $1.52 and a half. 5, 7 and a half. 62 and a half. $1.65, 7 and a half. 70. $1.72 and a half. 75, 77 and a half. 80. $1.82 and a half. $1.82 and a half. 5. $1.85. $1.87 and 90. $1.90. 190, 87 and 90, 187 and 90, 187, 50, 92 and a half. 192 and a half. You do it? 92 and a half. 192 and a half. 190, 92 and a half. 190. I'm going to put it on Web 11. Look here, boys. This may be my pick of the whole bunch. 6 and a third, black bull. I bet she'd raise him too. Still a good lady right there. 2,800, 28, 25, 28. I got a man. 25, 50, 28, 75, 29, quarter, 9 and a half, 75, 3,000, 25, 30, 50, 30, 75, 3,100, 31 and a quarter, 1 and a half, 75, 3,200, now quarter, now half, now 75, now 3, 33, 3 to mine, 3, 3,300, 3,300, 32, 75, Web 11. Well, she'll be short and solid, and she's third period. There wasn't but 1 second period, and it wasn't her. She'll be third period and a short and solid is what she is. She lost her ear tag somewhere, and I was the one that put it in, so I guess I'm guilty. But she'll be short and solid in third period, guarantee you. Sell her out there. 25, 25, 2,500, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 2,500, 25, 25, 2,500, 25, 25, 25, 25. I got a man. 25, 25, 50, 25, 75, 2,600, 26 and a quarter, 6 and a half, 75, 2,700, 2,700, 675, 7, 26, 75, but on Henderson 19. Boy, little 3-year-old right here now, he just pulled a big one off of her. She checked open. Put a little warmer on her and turn her out. Boys, after this rain now, she'll weigh about 1050 and be third period and might do it in 2 or 3 months. Sell a good little 3-year-old right there. $2, 2 and a half. I got a man. $2, 2 and a half. $2, 2 and a half. $2 a pound. 2 and a 5. 205. 207 and a half. 10. 210. 212 and a half. 215. 217 to 20. 222 and a half. 225. 227 and a half. 227 and a half. 227 to 30. 232 and a half. 235. 237 and a half. 240. 242 and a half. 247 and a half. 50. 252 and a half. 255. 257 and a half. 60. 2 and 8, 267, 5, 7, 8, 265, 7, 8, 265. Webb, but I'm on 11. Here's the only second period, Cal, I believe we had. Might have been one more. She's 6 by 2. The good outfit there. 2,825. 2,825. 6-year-old. 2,800. 2,825. 2,800. Black Bull. 2,825. 2,825. 2,800. 2,825. What about here? 2,825. 2,825. 2,800. 2,825. 25 a quarter. 2,500. I got a man. 5 and a quarter. 25 and a quarter. Half. 25 and a half. 75. 25. 75. 2,600. 26 and a quarter. 26 and a half, 75, 7, a quarter, 27 a quarter, half, 75, 2,800, 2,800, 2,800, 2,800, 27, 75. Facing. Short and solid, but 2 and a good lady right there. 2,200, 2,225, 2,200, 2,225, 2,225, 2,225. I got a man. 2,250, 2,275, 2,300, 23 and a quarter, 23 and a half, 75, 2,400, 24 and a quarter, 24 and a half, 75, 2,500, 2,500 and a quarter, hand, 25 to 75, 2,600, 2,600, 2,600, 2,600, 25, 75. CS 12. Six and third. She'll have you a good one now, and he'll be black as coal. Still a good lady right there. 3,025, 30, 25, 30, 25, 30, 25, 50, 30, 50, 75, 31, 1 and a quarter, 1 and a half, 75, 3,200, 32 and a quarter, 32 and a 75, 3,300, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half, 75, 3,400 and a quarter, and a half, 3475, 3475, 35 and a quarter, 5 and a half, 75, 3,600, 6 and a quarter, 6 and a half, 36 and a half, quarter, half, 36 and a quarter, 6 and a half, 36 and a quarter, AL number 10. 7 by 3 right there, 2,800, 2,825. The Black Bull, 2,800, 2,825, 2,825. 7 by 3, 2,825, 2,800, 2,825, 2,825, 500 quarter, 25 and a quarter, 25 and a quarter. I got a man, quarter, 25 and a quarter, beat it by him here, quarter, 25 and a quarter, 2,500, 5 and a quarter, 2,500 and a quarter, 2,500. Put it on B&H. Look here, boys. Five-year-old, third period. Black Bull. Guarantee you she raised a good. Sell her right there. 2,500, 25, 25, 25, 2,500, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 2,500, 25, 22, 50, 75, I got a man, 22, 75, 3, 23 and a quarter, 23 and a half, 75, 400, 24 and a quarter, 24 and a half, 75, 2,500, 2,500, 2,500 to Meyer, 2,500, 24, 75, but on Henderson, number 19. Short and solid by 3 and a good lady. 2,400, 25, 24, 25, 24, 25, 24, 25, 2,400, 24, 25, 24, 25, 24, 25, 24, 25, 2,000, 25, 20, 25, got a man, 50, 20, 75, 2,100, 21 and a quarter, 1 and a half, 75, 2,200, 22 and a quarter, 22 and a half, 22, 75, 2,300, 23 and a quarter, 23 and a half, 75, 24, 24 and a quarter, 24 and a half, 75, 25, 25, 475, 24, 75, B&H. 5 and a third. Well, she ain't like that now. She's a little mad right now, but she just gentle as a dog back there, Yersty. Sell a cow right there, 3,025. I got a man, 25, 30, 25, 50, 30, 50, 75, 30, 75, 31 and a quarter, 1 and a half, 75, 3,200, 32 and a quarter, hey, 32, 75, 3, 33 and a quarter, hey, 75, 4, 34 and a quarter, hey, 75, 5, 3,500, 475, 5, 34, 75, but I don't AL10. This cow right here, old by 2. Be a different deal right there, but she'll raise you one. Sell a good lady there. 2,225. 2225. 2225. 2200. 2225. Oh, by 2. 2225. 2200. 2225. 2025. 2025. 2025. 2025. 2025. 2025. She raise it, boys. 2025, 2025, 1800, 1825, 1800, 1825, 1825, 1818. I got a man, 25, 1825, 50, 1850, 75, 1875, 1875, 1850, 1875, 1850, 75, 50, 75, 1850 RNF, put them on 8. Two and a third, boys. I'd say she be bred to a black bull. About all of them aren't. Sell a good cow right there. 2-year-old third period. Sell it there. 2,625. 2625. 2625. 2625. 2600. 2625. I got a man. 25. 2625. 2625. 2650. 75. 27 quarter. 27 hand. 75. 28 and a quarter. 28 and a half. 75. 9. 29 a quarter. 9 and a half. 75. 29. 75. 3,025. 30. 25. 50. 30. 50. 75. 3,100 a quarter. 31 a quarter. 75, 31, 75, 2, 32 and a quarter, 32 and a quarter, hey, 32, 75, 32, 75, 32, 75, 32, 50, Henderson 19. Set by 2. Come out of Mountain View, I think. You see her number? Yeah, just plain old 17. You bet she come out of Mountain View, boy. She be buried to a black bull. He just said she was supposed to have it a long time ago. Sell a good cow right there, 2,500, 25, 25, I got a man, 25, 50, 25, 75, 2,600 a quarter, 75, 7, 27 a quarter, 27, 75, 8, 28 a quarter, 28 a quarter, 8 and a half, 75, 9 a quarter, 9 and a half, 75, 9, 75, 3,000, 25, 50, 30, 50, 75, 31 a quarter, 31 and a half, 75, 2, 32 and a quarter, 32 and a quarter, 32 and a quarter, 32. 200 Henderson 221. She's 5 and open, boys. Good right there, $1.61. 60, 61. I got a man, $2.63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, $1.71. 71, 2, 3, $1.73, 4, $74, 74, 5, $76, 77, 78, 79, 79, 89, 80, 80, 80, 80, 79, 89, 89, 80, 79, 80, 79, but I don't see S11. 5 by 2 right there. She might have a little bit of a big bag, and you go get her, boys, but she'll be bred to a black bull. Where to you right there? $1.60, 2.5, $61, $60, 61. I got a man one, $61, $61, 61, $1, $61, $61, 2, 2, $62, 3, 3, 4, 64, 5, $66, 7, 8, 68, 9, 9, 70, $71, $71, 71, $70 RNF. Put them on 8. Looky here, what a bull. $2, $2.5, $2, $2.1. I got a man one, $2, $1, $2, $1, $2, $1, $1. He's a hound dog. 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 6, 2, 6, 7, 8, 2, 8, 2, 9, 2, 9, 2, 9, 2, 9, 8, 9, 2, 9, 2, 10, 2, 10, 11, 2, 11, 12, 2, 13, 2, 14, 2, 15, 2, 16, 2, 17, 218, 219, 220, 221, 222, 223. Hey, wait a minute. We better start all over. He told me that bull wasn't no good. It just hit me now. He won't be no good to breed. $2, 2.5, 220, 221, 221, 221, 220, 221, 221. I just thought of that. 221, 220. But on CS Bull, he checked him yesterday, and he said he wasn't no good, and I just thought about it about halfway through that before we got in trouble. 5 by 2. Well, she's a pretty good outfit now. Belong Donnie, she'll be bred to a black bull. Sell her right there, 3,025, 30, 25, 30, 25, 3,025, 30, 25, got a man, 25, 30, 25, 3,025, 50, 30, 50, 75, 31 and a quarter, 31 and a quarter, 1 a quarter, 1 a quarter, 31 a quarter, 1 a quarter, 1 a quarter, 31, 100 a quarter, 31 a quarter, 31, put it on 21, Henderson 21. $7 by 2 right there. She's a little turnout special. Sell her there. 2,025. 2025. 2025. 2025. 2025. 2025. 2025. 2025. Second period. 7-year-old. I got a man. 2025. 50. 20. 50. 75. 21 and a quarter. 1 a quarter. 1 and a half. 75. 2,200 and a quarter. 22 and a 75. 2,300 and a quarter. 23 and a quarter. 23 and a quarter, 2,300 B&H. Obama right there, way her, $1.35, $30, $35, $35, $$36, get a man, 6, 7, 1, 38, 39, 40, 1, $2, $42, 43, $43, 23, 4, 45, 45, 5, 44, 5, 44, HL, but on horn 4. $4 by 2. Boy, she's about as good as you'll look at right there. I bet she'd raise one. Sell a good one right there. 3,025. 30, 25. 4 years old. 3,000. I got a man. 25. 30, 25. 50, 75. 31 and a quarter hand. 31, 75. 2. 32 and a quarter hand. 75. 3. 33 and a quarter hand. 75. 4. 34. 4. 34. 375. 4 and a quarter. 34 and a quarter. 34 and a half. 34, 75. 34, 75. 34, 50. Webb. Put them on 11. Old and open right there, $1.41, $40.41, $40.41, $40.41, $41, $40.41, $40.41, here, got a man, $41, $42, $42.3, $44, $44, 34, 43, $43, but on H&L 16, 31. Governor, don't let Bob have that stick now. Yeah. Old and open right there, 51, $50, 51, I got a man, $1, 52, 3, 4, 54, 55, 55, C, 7, 8, 58, 60, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 99, 69, 89, 68, CS 15. 5 by 2. Was he just said she got poor on him and he had to sell her. Sell her right there, $1.71, 70, 71, 2, 3, $74, 5, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 181, 182, 83, 183, 84, 85, 186, 186, 87, 188, 89, 90, 191, 192, 193, 194, 195, 196, 97, 198, 99, $2, 201, 201, 201, 202, 202, 202, 201, 202, 201. But on web and 11. Here's a little 2-year-old now. She just needs turned out and tried again. Sell her right there, $2, $2 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 2, 7, 10, 12, 15, 2, 17, 20, 220, 222 and a half, 5, 225, 222 and a 5, 7 and a half, 227, 30, 232 and a 5, 237, 40, 242 and a 5, 247, 50, 252 and a 5, 7, 60, 290, 262 and 8, 260 H&L 2X. Short and solid by 2. Was a good rig right there. 2025, 2025, got a man, 25, 2025, 2025, 50, 20, 50, 75, 21 and a quarter, 21 and a half, 75, 2200 and a quarter, 22 and a quarter, 2200 and a quarter, 22 and a half, 22, 75, 23 and a quarter, 23 and a half, 75, 23, 75, 23, 50 B&H. Oh, by 2. Good little lady right there. 2025, 2025. The Black Bull, 2025. Got a man, 25, 50, 20, 50, 75, 21 and a quarter, 1 and a half, 75, 2, 22 and a quarter, 22 and a 75, 2300 and a quarter, 23 and a half, 23 and a quarter, 23 and a quarter, B&H. $61, $2, 61, 62, 62, 63, 4, 5, 66, 67, 67, 67, 68, 68, 78, 67, 8, 67, 8, 67, CS 15. She'll be an old cow, and she'll be open $35, $35, $35, $35, $135, $135, I got a man, 35, 36, 35, 6, 7, 8, 9, 39 and 40, $40, 40, can't see you, Johnny, 40, 39, but I don't see yes, but on 10. $75, $1.70, $75, I got a man, 70 seed, $1.75, $7, $8, $9, $80, $81, $181, $82, $182, $82, $81, $82, $81, $82, $81, $82, $181, CS20. $41, $40, $41, $40, I got a man, $41, $2, $43, $3, $43, $4, $40, $5, $40, $7, $47, $8, $48, $9, $50, $50, $51, $51, $2, $52, $3, $53, $53, $52, CS 52 and 15. She's got a little textbook wet bag there. $2, $2.50. $2, I got a man. $2.50. $2, $2.50. $2, $2.80. $2, $2.05. $2.7.5. $2.10. $2.12.5. $2.15. $2.79. $2.20. $2.20. $2.5. $5. $2.27.5. $30. $2.32.8. $2.35. $2.37. $40. $2.40. $2.5. $5. $7.5. $50. $2.52.5. $7.8. $2.57. $60. $2.8. $5. $7.8. Over to 267, I handed over to 265, but on RNF 7X. Cut plumbing too now, $1.71, $70.71. I got a man, $1.72, $72 and 3, $3 and 4, $74, $75, $76, $77, $78, $79, $80, $80, $80, 80, 81, $181, 82, $182, 83, $184, $184, 83, 84, $83, RNF 183, number 9. She needs one of them old underwire bras. Settle there, $30, 2.5, on 32 and 8, $2.5, on 32 and 8, $2.5, $32 and 8, on 32 and 8, I got a man, 2.5, 5, on 33, 4, 5, on 36, 7, on 38, 9, 39, 40, on 41, on 42, on 43, on 44, on 45, 6, 7, on 47, 8, 48, 48, 47, 8, over to 47, put it on CS 15. Oh, right in the teeth. No check right there. 41, 40, 40, I got a man 1, 22, 42, 3, 3, 3, 40.5, 45, 45, 45, 46, 7, 8, 49, 9, 50, 51, 2, 3, 55, 56, 7, 58, 59, 60, 1, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 71, 2, 72, 3, 73, 4, 5, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 181, 81, 80, RNF 180, RNF on 8. She got an age on her. Oh, she just be a little heifer. Settle right there. $1.85, $1.87, $1.85, 87, it's no bobtail heifer. $1.85, $1.87, $1.85, 87, $1.85, 87, 65, 7.5. I got a man. 67, $1.67, 70, $2.5, $5, $75, 7, 80, 180, 77, 80, 2.5, 182, 182, 180, H&L 2X. Be another wet bag heifer right there. Of course, I bet she just had a big and yanked off of her. Sell her right there. $2, $2.5, $2 pound, $2.8. She got the color. $2, $2.8, $2, $2.5, $2, $2.5, $2, $2.5, $2, $2.8, $1.80, $2.8, $180, $182, and I got a man, $2.8, $182 and a half, $5, $185, $87 and a half, $90, $90, $90, $92, $295, $5, $195, $195, $3, $4, $5, $195, $96, $96, $97, $198, $99, $2, $201, $202, 203, 204, 205, 205, 206, 207, 207, 209, 210, 211, 212, 213, 214, 215, 216, 17, 18, 219, now 21, 222, 223, 223, 222, RNF, put them on 7X. Good right there, $1.51, $51, $51, I got a man, 51, 51, 2, $52 to 3, 3 to 4, $54, 55, 55, C, $7, $8, $58, 9, 61, 62, 63, 64, $5, C, 66, 7, 67, 66, 7, 68, 68, 88, 67, 8, 67, H&L 16. 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, got a man, one, 51, 22, 52, 3, 53, 54, 54, 54, 55, 55, C, 7, 57, 8, 9, 59, 60, 61, 22, 61, 2, 61, H&L 16. 25, 20, C, $25, 20, C, $25, 20, 600, 600, 25, 20, C, $1 a quarter, 25, 20, C, $25, 20, 600, 20, C, 5, C, I got a man, C, $20, 20, C, 5, C, 25, 6, 7, 27, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, $33, 4, 5, 36, 7, 8, 38, 9, 40, 40, 39, 40, $39, horn 4. Good right there, 75, 76, get a man, C, $75, C, $75, 70, C, 70, 5, 6, 7, 77, 8, 8, 77, 8, 77, 8, 77, CS 20. Boys, that is a sale for today. Thank everybody for coming. Come back next week and bring more livestock.